So now we are going to discuss about Thomson effect. So if 2 points in a conductor are different temperatures, the density of electron at this point will differ. As a result of this density of electron differ, there is a potential difference is created between the points. So consider a copper bar. So the copper bar have ends A and B. So the C is the midpoint of the copper bar. So at C, so we are heating using a heat source. So there is a current flow. So there is a difference in temperature at two ends of the conductor. So according to the law, the 2 points in a conductor are at different temperatures. So here hot, so this point and this point, two different temperatures. As a result, so there is a density of electrons present in the copper will differ due to the heating effect. So there is a potential difference is developed due to the heating effect. So how will happen? We will see. So first, so what is discussed in your book? We will see first. So first take a copper bar. So AB, the midpoint is C. So first that is positive Thomson effect. So C is at higher potential. So at C heat is more. So at higher potential. So heat is transferred. So heat is absorbed along AC. So along AC heat is absorbed. Along CB heat is evolved. So heat is transferred due to the current flow in the direction of current. So in the direction of current, so heat is absorbed. Heat is absorbed means that is in cold. Heat is evolved, that is hot. So heat is transferred. So heat is transferred in the direction of current. So here is cold, the hot. So heat is transferred along the direction of current. So current is passed through from A to B along the point C. So heat is transferred due to the current flow in the direction of current is positive Thomson effect. So similar effect is observed in silver, zinc and cadmium. If it is negative Thomson effect, so heat is transferred in the direction opposite to the direction of current. So here heat is evolved along AC. So see, heat is evolved along AC. Heat is observed along CB. So there is a change in direction. So the similar effect is observed in platinum, nickel, cobalt and mercury. So once again heat is transferred due to the current flow in the direction opposite to the current flow. Here heat is observed means it's cold. Heat is evolved means hot. So heat is transferred in the opposite to the direction of current. So current flow in this direction, it's along AB. So current heat is transferred from this to this. So that is opposite to the direction of current. So this is explained in your book. So for more detail, how it's hot, how it is cold. Again, so already told, we need to approach this problem in the direction of electron flow. So opposite to the direction of current, electron flow. So just this is a conductor. So conductor AB. C is the midpoint. So we are heating. So we are heating means, so temperature, if resistance versus temperature increases, resistance also increases. So from here, so heat is transferred in this direction and also in this direction. So M and N are the midpoints of AC and CB. So at M and N, so up to this heat is transferred. So the temperature somewhat reduces. So from here, from C to N, the resistance value is high. Why? Here temperature, it's hot. So after N to B, the resistance is low. Just in similar manner, here up to C to M, the resistance is high. Then M to A, the resistance is low. Again, so there is a current flow. So current flow in this direction, so electron flow in opposite direction. So resistance is low from B to N. So electron easily transferred. But after reaching this point, that N point, so what will happen? What will happen? So the electrons, so many electrons travel. So due to the heating effect, so resistance increases means conductivity decreases. So electron, there is a resistance increase, means that is a resist the flow of charge. So there is a more collision in this. So due to the more collision, heat is evolved. So heat is evolved means automatically it's hot junction. Again the electron flows step by step and reaches a point M. So after that, so here the resistance is high, here the resistance is low. So it's relaxed, so it's step by step, so it's somewhat tight to travel inside along from N to M. So after that reaching the N, so electron freely travels, so there is a relaxation, so heat is observed, so that is cold. So this is a process how the junctions heat is observed and heat is cold. So these things are not explained in your book, just for extra information I am discussing here, but even in your book the main points are heat is transferred in the direction of current, that is positive Thomson effect. Heat is transferred in the opposite direction of current, that is negative Thomson effect. So what are the metals? Some other metals, platinum, nickel, cobalt, mercury, these are also including iron, consider under this negative Thomson effect. So positive Thomson effect can be done also in silver, zinc and cadmium. So this is reversible process. So all the three effects, Seebeck effect, Thomson effect, then Peltier effect, so all the three effects are reversible, so they are come under thermoelectric effect. So from this we have finishing the lesson number 2. Okay students, just read your book line by line, take your notes. So you need to write the notes. Okay students.